We're just on our way to Krabi for a few days. So we've gone north to Haggling and then turned west towards Trang. And we're in the Andaman Gateway area. This is a rest stop, which is really nice. There's a lot of big bikes out today. Harley Davidsons and other bikes. And the guys have got Phuket written on their jackets. So I think they're based in Phuket and going back to Phuket. And this road is a fantastic driving road. It's probably an exaggeration to say it's mountainous, but it's quite an elevated region. And there used to be just a single lane road. And the big trucks, when they were going uphill, they used to just creep along. And to get past them, the overtaking manoeuvres were absolutely insane. It was quite scary. But a few years ago, they widened the road, did a lot of work here. And now it's just a fantastic road. It sort of undulates and it's bending. And if you've got a nice car that handles well, it's probably the best place to be in Thailand. This is the Centara Hotel in Krabi. We just arrived and had some food. Prices for the food are significantly more than I'm used to paying, about 3 or 4 times. But the food was very well presented and very tasty. The hotel is right on the beach. Very nice beach. I haven't been here before. It was about a 5-hour drive from Haggling, and we drove through a huge storm. The visibility was very low. Now it's a bit overcast, not too hot, a bit humid but quite pleasant. Compared to the last time I was in Krabi, there are a lot of farangs here. Last time there were virtually none. And there isn't a single farang wearing a mask, which is good. And there isn't a single Thai not wearing a mask. And I'm quite glad that the farangs are not wearing masks, because it means I won't have to wear mine, and there's a good chance I won't get into any trouble. The hotel opened 3 years ago, but the restaurant manager has just told me that it was only open for 6 months when COVID hit. So then it had to close for 2 years. So although it's been open for 3 years, technically, it's really like a 6-month-old hotel. It's huge and very pleasant. If you've got young children, you'll know that whenever you go on a trip somewhere, everything revolves around the kids. And all my kids want is a water slide and a big swimming pool, and this place certainly fits the bill. The swimming pool's huge. They've got that small swimming pool by the beach bar, and this is the main swimming pool in the centre of the hotel. It's really big, and it's quite a big water slide as well. The staff here are really pleasant. I think they've been told by the management that every time they pass a guest they have to say Sawadee Krap or Sawadee Ka, which they do. And they just seem like really nice people. And just recently I've been watching a few farang YouTube channels and hearing yet more horror stories about Thai women and guys that lose everything. And these stories have been going on for years and they just never stop. But when you hear the details, it's not really a surprise. You know, they meet these girls in Pattaya bars, and they're just typical Isan gold diggers, and the end result is inevitable. Since I've been here, I've met 2 guys, one Swiss, one Canadian, who have met and married hotel staff. They've gone to stay in a hotel as a single man. Met a member of staff, a cleaner or a waitress or someone, and got married. And these marriages work out really well. And I just don't know why guys who are looking for companions, you know, don't only get as far as Pattaya and the bars. There are just so many other places, and if you meet a girl who's got a regular job and probably doesn't speak much English, which is another reason for learning Thai, I think the chances of a successful relationship are just that much higher. There's a spa at the hotel where 1 hour of Thai massage is 700 baht, and that's supposed to be a special discounted price. And this place outside, just 200 baht. It looks very nice as well. A couple of people here enjoying their massage. Whenever we've stayed in Krabi before, we've stayed just outside Ao Nang, and I've had to drive if we want to go into Ao Nang to eat. And I really don't enjoy driving in Thailand. I just want to dump the car when we get to the hotel, and the next time I want to see it is when we're going home. And what's great about this hotel is we can just walk along this little beach road and we're in Ao Nang in a few minutes. So it's really convenient. There are a lot of people out this evening. The temperature is just about perfect. It's really pleasant. And that road we just walked along between the hotel and Ao Nang is really nice. There's a few little massage shops there and some really nice looking restaurants. It's quite expensive to eat inside the hotel, so we'll be eating outside, and I suspect we'll eat at one of those restaurants in the coming days. There's an old Mini. I can't remember exactly the last time I was here, but it was really dead. And now it's a lot livelier. It's not what it was at its height, but it's certainly picking up. And I'm out not wearing a mask, which feels really strange because for the last 2 years, whenever I've gone out in Thailand, I've worn a mask. And that's not because I think it does any good, it's because I don't want to be hit with a fine. And also, it's the way that Thais look at you. It's as if you're not wearing a mask, you're sort of breathing anthrax spores at them. And because so many foreigners here are not wearing masks, I feel sort of brave enough not to wear one. I was previously told that there are a lot of Russian tourists in Krabi. Well, I haven't seen any so far, or heard any. I also had a chat with an Irish couple. What I have noticed, that there are loads and loads of Indians. There are Indians at the hotel, and there's lots of Indians out and about on the streets of Ao Nang. And being a Brit, I'm a big fan of Indian food, and whenever we come to Krabi, there's lots of Indian restaurants. This seems to be a very popular place with Indian tourists. The landscape in southern Thailand with these limestone casts is incredible. I think the best examples are in Phang Nga province, but there are also a lot in Krabi province where we are now, and you see them as far down as Patalong province, but I don't think there are any further south than Patalong. Another big storm came in last night when we went out to eat. The last 6 months have been the wettest I've ever known in Thailand. The rainy season in the south starts in October, but October was very dry. However, November and December were incredibly wet. And from January to April, it should be hot and dry, but there have been loads and loads of storms that have come in. The good thing is that it's made the usually very hot season seem a lot cooler than usual. But these storms are really inconvenient. When they're going on, you just can't do anything or go anywhere. Another quick mask update. And there's not a problem with you not wearing a mask when you walk around outside, but there is a problem if you go into a shop. I was shouted at by a girl in 7-Eleven last night for not wearing a mask. And at the hotel, you don't normally need to wear a mask, but if you go into the breakfast room, you have to wear a mask to get your food, not to eat your food. And they give you a plastic glove with which to get your food. I don't think there's any more reason to wear a mask now than there has been at any time in the past. And if there was genuinely a deadly virus floating around, the measures being taken now will be completely useless. It's just a complete waste of time. All I think it is a lot of virtue signalling and superficial gesturing to show that you're a good person and you're trying to do what you can in a health crisis. The kids have gone to the hotel kids club with their mum this morning, and I thought it was a good opportunity for me to get a haircut. And I used to pay 70 or 80 baht, now I pay 100 baht. And the problem here is that it's bang in the middle of a big tourist area and with tourist prices. And this place wants 300 baht, and there's no way I'm paying 3 times what I normally pay. So I've just spoken to a taxi driver, and he's told me where to find a Thai barbershop. So I'm going off to try and find that, because I just don't want to get ripped off. The 3 southernmost provinces in Thailand are most associated with Islam, but there's also a big Muslim population in Krabi. And the taxi driver just told me that the barber shop is near this mosque, so we must be getting close. And I found that when I ask directions, they often exaggerate the distance. They sort of try to make it sound as if it's an impossibility to walk there, and it'd be much easier to go in their taxi and just give them a couple of $100 baht. Whereas actually it was just a 10-minute walk. It was quite a comfortable distance. Of course, costs are all relative, and considering what you would pay for a haircut in Europe or North America, then 300 baht is going to seem very cheap. But to me, it's 3 times what I normally pay. Whenever we go out to eat, it's about 3 times the cost that I pay at home, and taxis are very expensive as well. When we got caught in the storm last night, we wanted to get a taxi home, and the guy wanted 120 baht. It's just, you know, a couple of minutes. And my wife tried to haggle him down. He went down to 100. He wouldn't go any further. He said that 100 baht was the starting price, and elsewhere it would have been a 20 baht trip, maybe 40 baht at most. I just found the barber shop, but as I was on my way there, I had a funny feeling what might happen. You know, when the guy sees a farang walk in, then the price immediately goes up. And he wanted 200 baht, which is sort of in the middle of what I pay and the tourist prices. And I was hoping there might be a sort of price list in the shop, which he probably thought I couldn't read, so I was going to go in and just like read off the price for a men's haircut, but unfortunately there wasn't a price list, so I just refused. And if you're watching this, you might think, well, I'm just being stingy, but I just hate the thought of being ripped off. I've been living in Thailand for 19 years, and I know exactly what Thais pay, and I know how much they earn, and I just hate it when they try to rip me off. I've met many girls from like Isan and northern Thailand who have worked in rice fields, and it's back-breaking work. They work a whole day for like 100 or 150 baht. And that guy could have given me a haircut. It would have taken 20 minutes for 100 baht, and he wasn't prepared to do it. It's either I pay 200 baht or he doesn't do it. So I just walked out. I'm in no desperate hurry. We're going back in 2 days' time. I can wait till I get home and get my usual 100 baht haircut. This is our last full day, and it's the first day that we haven't had a big storm in the afternoon. Coming to Thailand at this time of year can be a bit of a gamble as far as the weather's concerned. There are fewer people, you can get some good deals on hotels, but there can be a lot of rain, or it can be perfect as it is now. I think I started off the trip a bit negatively. I went out again last night. My son wanted to eat pizza, and we found a place that did very good pizzas, quite large, for just 210 baht. So not everywhere is expensive, and you can still get some reasonably priced food in Krabi. I met a nice guy at breakfast this morning from the States, from the Las Vegas area. He's 62, he's met a girl from Bangkok, she's 40, so not ridiculously young, which is a mistake a lot of farangs make. He's looking to retire here. He looked at the Philippines as well, but wasn't impressed with the Philippines. And that was the same with me. I came to Thailand in 87, 92 and 96 for vacations. And I wanted to come again, but decided I should really look elsewhere, somewhere similar. So I went to the Philippines in 97, and it was nothing like Thailand. I thought because it's in Southeast Asia, it might be similar, but it's just completely different, and I didn't really like it, so I never went back. And Thailand is not perfect. There are lots and lots of problems in Thailand, but nowhere is perfect. But there are still a lot of advantages and benefits to being in Thailand, so it's a decision that I still don't regret coming here to live. I've always liked Krabi. I've been to most of the major tourist resorts in Thailand, with the exception, I think, of Hua Hin. I almost got there a few years ago, but I cut my trip short and went home early because of a bad diagnosis by a Thai doctor. He told me I had a perforated eardrum when I didn't. But yeah, I like Krabi the most of all. It's still got the Indian tailor shops, which are a blight on every tourist resort in Thailand. but it's not tacky like some other places, and you don't see all the tacky bars and tacky bar girls everywhere. I really like that aspect of Krabi. Along with a lot of other people, we're just waiting for the sunset in Krabi, and then tomorrow morning we'll be saying goodbye and heading back to Haggling. And with these trips, I'm always so busy at home that I never really feel ready for them, and at first I don't enjoy them. It takes me a few days to sort of relax and get into the swing of things, and by the time I do get relaxed and start enjoying it, then it's time to go home. So I need to try to learn to relax a bit quicker. I hope that gave you some idea of what Krabi is like at the moment as we get towards the end of this COVID thing. If you have any comments, questions or other feedback, please leave them below. Thanks for watching, and there will be more videos soon.